Tufted deer, aka Vampire Bambi. The Vampire Bambi is a pretty unusual looking deer, characterized by sharp and pointed fangs hanging outside its mouth and a prominent tuft of black hair on its forehead, which for some reason they decided to name it after, instead of something like vampire deer or fanged deer, which in my opinion sounds way cooler. The tufted deer and all its 4 subspecies are a small type of deer, standing only at about 50 to 70 centimeters tall, 20 to 28 inches, and weighing anywhere between 17 to 30 kilograms, 37 to 66 pounds, with males generally being bigger than females. Tufted deer measure 110 to 160 centimeters, 43 to 63 inches in length, with its tail composing only about 10 centimeters, 3.9 inches in overall length. While mostly unremarkable in size, the one feature that makes the tufted deer stand out are its canines. Male tufted deer have fang-like canines that they use to fight over females. Most of these canines can usually grow up to 2.6 centimeters, 1 inch long, but can grow longer in some cases. The tufted deer live in high altitude areas, such as forested regions 300 to 4,600 meters above sea level, as well as rainforests in high altitude valleys, where they always stay near bodies of water like lakes and rivers. Tufted deer are mainly found in the southern and eastern parts of China, Myanmar, and some areas in India. This deer species prefers areas with lots of greens, as it is their primary diet, as well as areas with available salt licks. More often than not, they reside near freshwater supplies, making forests and rainforests the ideal habitat for them. If you enjoy our videos, consider subscribing and become part of the pack, or join the channel as a member and support the future creation of videos. Thank you. Like many deer species, the tufted deer is polygynous, meaning that during a single mating season, a male deer may mate with multiple different female deer. The tufted deer's breeding season occurs in late fall to early winter, from around September to December. During this time, male tufted deer often clash with other males for their mate. The males fight with their antlers, as well as their canines. The battles are often bloody and can even lead to death. But whoever wins the fight gets breeding rights. Once the pair of tufted deer are successful in mating, the pregnancy duration will last 6 months, with most fawns being born in early summer. Typically, a female tufted deer will only give birth to 1 offspring. However, 2 offspring, while uncommon, still occur occasionally. The newborn fawn can stand up on all 4 legs within a few moments after being born. Fawns will nurse and be dependent on their mothers until about 6 months of age, when they become independent. During these 6 months of dependency, their fathers play no role in raising the fawn. Once fawns become independent, they separate from their parents as tufted deer and typically live a solitary lifestyle. Both male and female deer sexually mature at 18 to 24 months of age, when they become capable of mating. The tufted deer, like other deer species, are specialized herbivores, but not strict herbivores. Tufted deer eat leaves, grasses, twigs, fruit, and other kinds of vegetation, but mostly rely on grass as their main source of diet. Grass in forests is usually rich in fiber, making it harder for most animals, including the tufted deer, to digest fully, which is why they prefer young grasses, herbs, lichens, foliage, buds, aquatic plants, and shoots instead. These food sources are often low in fiber, but rich in protein content, and are much more easily digestible for the tufted deer. The tufted deer is also not classified as a strict herbivore, as they can be opportunists, meaning that if there are other easily accessible food sources like weakened small animals, such as birds and fish, or carcasses, there have been recorded instances of deer eating snakes, doves, and even human remains on video. The tufted deer uses its lower incisors to feed on food in place of its upper incisors. The tufted deer also takes a liking to salt licks, which are usually in soil. While not essential to their diet, salt licks help keep the tufted deer's physique stronger, which is important, especially for males to ward off other male deer during the mating season. Because of its small size, the tufted deer is often a natural food source for bigger carnivorous animals, such as the leopard and dhole. Tufted deer attempt to flee predators by wagging their tails to confuse them, and then make quick dashes to escape. This deer species also barks to try to scare off predators. While the tufted deer often do come across human fields, they are not often seen as a threat or pest to human communities. Generally, there are no direct human impacts caused by the tufted deer, since they're mostly herbivores. The one risk that they can pose at times is spreading a virus they may be potentially carrying. It has been documented that the tufted deer carry a novel Boca parvovirus. This type of virus affects the respiratory and gastric systems of other animals and has historically been known to have brought numerous pandemics to animal populations. Fortunately, because there is little interaction between the tufted deer and humans, no cross-transmission has been recorded as of yet with people, but researchers are already one step ahead in sequencing this virus to prevent interspecies infection. However, with continuous hunting and breaching of their natural habitat, the risk of this interspecies jump is increasing by the day. The tufted deer is categorized as a near-threatened animal on the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) conservation list. A survey in 1998 revealed that there are an estimated 300,000 to 500,000 tufted deer in the wild, mainly concentrated in China. This number is assumed to have gone down thanks to the ongoing hunting of the tufted deer for its fur and meat, as well as deforestation for agriculture, logging, and urbanization that has negatively impacted the natural habitat of this animal. The American Association of Zoos and Aquariums has also said that because of the threats they face in the wild, the tufted deer have been unable to maintain 90% of their genetic diversity. Actions must be taken in order to keep the rates up to 90% before the genetic diversity drops to a dangerous amount. Because of their dwindling numbers, the tufted deer has been included in the American Species Survival Plan, SSP, which will grant the species concentrated efforts in revitalizing its population through captive breeding and habitat protection and restoration. AZA zoos are cooperating in bringing the numbers for the tufted deer up in hopes that this will not only increase the genetic diversity of the species, but also boost the numbers of this animal species as a whole considerably. The tufted deer is certainly a unique animal that is equal parts vampire, thanks to its fangs, but also Bambi, thanks to its timid and small size, hence its nickname, the Vampire Bambi. Unfortunately, because of its fur, the tufted deer has been targeted for illegal hunting and trade, and should be protected since its population has already started dwindling. Let us support the organizations that are actively making efforts to keep the tufted deer population viable. If you enjoyed this video, consider diving into other wonders of nature with us. Check out our other videos and subscribe to our channel as we explore wildlife from around the globe.